All right, time for the San Antonio Spurs preview for the 2013-14 season. This team is what it is. It's established already. Everybody already knows what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna be in the first seed, maybe in the best team in the league through the regular season, just like it is the past few years. And they're gonna be a tough out for anyone who has to go against them in the playoffs. You got Tony Parker, who's 31 or 32, Ginobili, who's old, Tim Duncan, who's 37. That's their core. They're probably going to keep them fresh, ready to go in the playoffs. Popovich is the best coach in the NBA currently. And, they got a bunch of young pieces. You got Danny Green, who somewhat became an all-star last year in the finals. They have Splitter, who's one of their go-to guys off the bench, and Matt Bonner. They got Kawhi Leonard. They got a decent team. I mean, they lose guys like Gary Neal, and they lose a few other guys that are pretty big pickups for other teams. But for the Spurs, it's like, all right, oh well, we got someone else, and legitimately they do have someone else. Somehow they just do it. I mean, I don't really have to talk much about this team. I mean, everyone knows what they're going to do. They've been doing it for so many years now. I mean, I've been watching this team since I was like in middle school, early middle school. I mean, I'm already graduated high school for about. I've been out of high school for about almost 2 years now, 2 or 3 years. And I mean, it is what it is. Now, my whole thoughts of if they can win it next year is, I don't know. You got You got the Rockets and you got the Warriors. The Warriors gave them a big fight last year. I mean, not a lot of people remember that, but they took it to them. I think if they have to go against the Warriors again, Warriors probably beat them this time with Iguodala now. But the same with the Rockets. The Rockets will probably beat them, but it's all about matchups. They probably won't face any of those teams in the first round. They'd have to face them in the second or third round, and you never know what goes on. Do I think they can make it back to the finals? Absolutely. Would not be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they win it either, but I don't think they're going to make it this year. I wouldn't be surprised. They could. I mean, and they deserve all the credit in the world, but I don't think they're going to make it this year. I just have a feeling that last year was their big last year, and I don't know if they'll be able to do it again. I mean, it's just the age is becoming such an issue. I mean, everyone always says it every year, and they always prove everyone wrong. I think they're gonna all have great years. They're all gonna do their thing, be the number one. But I just don't. I don't think they're gonna make it. I mean, every year they run into someone like OKC a few years ago, and then the Grizzlies when they got knocked off of their number one seat. It's just gonna happen, in my opinion. Now, something to look forward to is what they're going to do after this whole Tim Duncan era is gone. It seems like the guy never ages, but I mean, what are they going to do? Eventually, he's going to have to retire. I give him 3 years at the max, including this year. So what are they going to do? I mean, Ginobili's going to end up leaving too. He's not going to stay there with him. He's old. Parker, by the time they go, Parker will still be around for probably 2 or 3 more years after them, but he'll be at the end of his career. I mean, he might even leave. He might go to another contender. What's the team going to do? I mean, are they still going to be contenders? I mean, all their bench players, I mean, they're all great players, but can any of them fill the shoes? I mean, obviously not. They can't. No one is going to come in and be the next Tim Duncan. I mean, players like that you don't see them anymore. I mean, there's like once every 4 or 5 years. We've been blessed for the last 10 years to see Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, players like that all in one generation. It was amazing. But what is this team going to do now? I mean, I'm really interested to see what they're going to be in the next 4 or 5 years. They're going to have to miss the playoffs. If they keep on staying in the playoffs without them, that's just going to blow my mind. But for the 2013-14 season, they're here. They're going to be number one, and I'm going to stick to that one. Let me know what y'all think about them.